In PeopleSoft, non-employees are affiliates of the university, volunteers, contractors, temporary visitors. Non-employees are in PeopleSoft so that they can have ID cards, email access, and/or library access. When you need to update non-employee data in PeopleSoft, you must first find them and their Stony Brook or Emple ID in PeopleSoft using Search Match. Once you've found them and have their Emple ID, here's how to update their data. Click on Main Menu, SBU, SBU Campus Community, Use Non-Employee Data. On this first page, it's important to note that this search is not the same as Search Match. If you haven't yet checked for the employee in Search Match, do that first. Then enter the Stony Brook or Emple ID and click Search. And non-employee data will display. When you enter the ID, if you instead get a message saying no matching values were found, even when you have already found them in Search Match, use this workaround. Click the Add a New Value tab. Enter the person's Stony Brook ID from Search Match. Click Add. In the search results, click on the person's Emple ID, and the non-employee data will display. When updating data, rather than replacing existing data, you must add a new row with the new data so that the history is intact and can be tracked by effective date. In Biographical Details, click the Add a New Row button. And for the new data, the new Row 1 effective date will be today's date. To modify name, click the Edit Name link. Before making any changes, be sure your caps lock is off. Then, make any necessary changes. Click OK, and notice that the new row, Row 1, has the new information. If you need to add a social security number for a person who had only a USB number before, leave the USB number in the Campus ID field and enter the social security number in the National ID field. At the top, click the Contact Information tab. To update the address, click the Add a New Row button to the right of effective date. In the new row, click Edit Address, make any necessary changes, and click OK, and the new row with the new effective dated information is there. Click the Non-Employee Info tab. If this page has no information yet, complete the information directly here. However, if there already is information, update it in a new row by clicking the Add a New Row button first. Action date defaults to today. For begin date, enter the date the person will begin and the date the information on the page is effective for effective date. For expected end date, enter the date, even if just an estimate, the person will end. Do not enter an actual end date, but do select Active Status. Select a title by clicking on the magnifying glass. Do the same for Employer, Department, the main state budget account number. Faculty staff will be checked automatically if the selected title requires a faculty staff ID card. If the person needs an email account, check the box. The email will be active until the expected end date previously entered. If they need library access, check that box. Remember that they must have a local home address for library access, and the access continues until the expected end date. Click the Office Address tab. For office address, you do not need to add a new row first. Simply replace the old information with the new information. Finally, click through the tabs and review that the information is accurate, and click Save.